Hello, everyone. Welcome to VW's Ask Me Anything session. This is your host, Abhishek. This is where we answer all your queries about experimentation and optimization. These AMAs are a great opportunity for you to interact with VW experts and get any of your questions answered and get better at optimization. Today on our panel, we are joined by Diksha Shukla from the optimization team at VWO. Our panelists here will guide you to create the best possible experiences using the VW platform and make you a better experimenter and optimizer. So, welcome, Diksha.
Thank you, Abhishek.
So, Diksha, this time we've got a very interesting question since sales season is turning around the corner globally, not just in one particular continent, but everywhere. We've got the Black Friday sale coming up, we've got Christmas coming up, and obviously New Year's. So, the question that we've
Yeah.
got is a comprehensive one is how should I prepare before a big sale on my website? What are the tweaks and tests I should plan? Handing it over to you.
Thanks, Abhishek. I think it's a very interesting question to answer these days. Yes, we all know that sale is around the corner, and e-commerce companies must be on top of finalizing their campaigns on the same. So, to answer this question, I'll break this into five major points, five major tests or tweaks that companies should run on their websites or should have tested before the sales season began to get the maximum benefit for their business. So the first pointer that I would like to highlight over here is increase the visibility of your sale promotion on the website. Now it becomes very important to communicate with your audience that what your sale is all about. What are the benefits? When is it going to end? When a user lands on the site on any given page, the sale messaging should be visible to the end user within the first fold itself so that they do not have to scroll for the same reason and you are not losing any potential user who are not scrolling and directly navigating to other pages or maybe simply dropping off. For example, if we talk about the main landing page, which is the home page, we can easily educate our visitors about the sale benefits and the timings using the homepage banner. This will not only help us in conveying the messaging, but if we highlight the messaging correctly, the CTR rate on the banners would also improve and push users down the funnel. Now, example, you're running a marketing campaign that will take users to a defined product page. If there is no site-wide sale banner messaging, the users may actually be not aware that the website is running a sale on different products as well, and may either add that product to the cart and become a user or simply exit. If we want our users to engage more and explore other options on our site, we need to communicate this via adding a site wide sale banner within the first goal. You must have seen that a lot of websites, giants like Amazon and other e commerce giants, are promoting their site wide sale banner by putting a top banner which communicates about when the sale is going to start, how they are it's going to end, when it is going to end, and what will be the benefits. So say for example, the messaging could be as simple as Black Friday sale, 50% off, up to, or maybe up to 50% off, shop now. Very simple messaging can be easily put into a single line. Use a background color which is very contrasting, goes along with the theme of the site, but at the same time it's noticeable so that users click on it. And when they click on it, they should be taken to a specific landing page which contains most of the sale products out there. So this was first of the pointer that I wanted to highlight. Second campaign that I would definitely suggest users to test is adding countdown timers. So when there's no fear of missing out, we don't act. We all know that. You will see nowadays a lot of e-commerce websites are using timers on different pages of their site to introduce FOMO in the brains of their visitors and encourage them to take an action quickly. When users are actually exposed to fear of losing that item or the amount that they will be saving when they add that product to the cart, they tend to quickly add that product and complete the transactional process. Now the question comes on the placement. Where should we place that countdown timer? We have a lot of pages where this can be placed. You can place this countdown timer along with the sale banner that you're promoting site wide. It can also be placed on specific products, and you can add a tinge of personalization here For example, if you have seen in the past that your XYZ product stocks out very quickly. So adding a timer over there for a limited period, maybe 60 minutes, that you can guarantee only this product or this sale lasts only for 60 minutes for that particular product. Or you can also try and test adding a timer on your cart page that will, encourage user once they are on the cart page to actually complete the process fast so that they are not missing out on the X percentage of savings amount that they will be getting once they buy that product. Yes, but definitely for this particular campaign, I'd recommend the users to test it before directly exposing this to your end users during the peak sales time. The third pointer is analyze your data. Yes, data is the king. It is very important to analyze the sales trend of different products to understand which ones are one of the best sellers or users have searched a lot in the recent time. This information can be easily found in your analytical tool and will help you in highlighting those products on your highest viewed landing pages. So say for example, during the Black Friday sale, you're doing marketing or a paid campaign where you have different landing pages. Now in those landing pages, what products will you promote? Will you promote the products which you want to sell more, or will you product the most products the users have searched on your site more? So all these data points will be available to you once you do that analysis within your analytical tool, get the data right, and give users what they're actually looking for. This will reduce their effort in terms of searching for that particular item and will make the user journey smoother. Make sure that you go through all the data points before the sale starts. So if there is a requirement of any personalization, you can prepare your site for the same as well in advance. Coming to the fourth pointer, which I'll talk about specific to a particular page, which is your cart page. Now, the cart page generally falls, at the lower funnel of the bottom. And once a user reaches here, we definitely do not want them to take them a step back or explore more products and, get deviated from the primary action, which is moving to the checkout page from the cart page. I would suggest to do test if there is a top navigation category still available on your cart page. Do test removing that distraction before your sales season begins, because it's very important that we do not want, once a user lands on our cart page, we do not want them to go back to other categories of the products, gets distracted, or a paradox of choice gets created because they are now exploring more products and ultimately not converting with us. This can be easily tested. You can use VW heat map analysis to see on cart pages how are the clicks being concentrated. Are you seeing that on your cart pages users are going, clicking more on different distractions rather than the checkout button or proceed to checkout CTA? Or you can also look at your analytical tool and see how the navigation journey of the users are. Where are they navigating from the cart page? Are they going to the next page, or are they going back to the home page again or different pages again? Try find out the reasons, run a survey there that why users are moving away from your cart page, and get more insights on it and accordingly prepare your site before the sales season. The fifth pointer or the page that I'm going to talk about is the checkout page, which is definitely one of the most important page for all of us. This is the page where a visitor turns into a user for us. During sale time, it becomes even more imperative to make sure that your checkout process is seamless, as users are already to an extent skeptical of the fact that they are getting the product for cheap and may already have a doubt to receive a non-genuine product. So if exposed with a transactional process which act as a catalyst and it's not very seamless or seems fishy, this may not be good for the site. So kindly make sure that your transactional process is seamless, and below a few of the pointers that one can test or make sure that it's there on the site. So on checkout pages, make sure that your primary call to action button is within the first fold or is being higher on top of the page. It shouldn't be the fact that if during the sale time I've added 15 items in the cart page and I'm proceeding with the checkout, the primary call to action button comes far lower down the page, and I have to scroll in order to click on that action item. As this is not only from UI UX perspective, not a very good experience, but from conversion perspective also, you are adding additional steps for users to take, which you definitely do not want to do. Add security seals and payment methods available to create that trust and credibility factor within the page. Allow users to purchase without creating an account. No one likes to be, you know, bounded by a barrier. No one likes to perform a certain action before they what their primary goal is. So, say for an example, if I come to your site, I want to buy a particular product. I do not want to create my account over there. So give your users an option to check out as a guest. And if later they want to create an account, they can do it. Do take all the necessary or important information which are required to complete the process, like say for example shipping method requirements, the billing address, the phone numbers. The requirements which are important should be definitely taken and not be avoided no matter what. But if creating an account is something that can be done at the later steps, should definitely be pushed, and users should be given an option to proceed as a guest. Make sure that there are no distractions on your checkout page too. We have seen websites doing upselling and cross-selling even on their checkout pages. This will make sense once you analyze your data well. If you have already seen that your average order quantity is more than 2 or 5, and it's even more than that number, doing this will add value. But if it's not the case, avoid distractions from your checkout pages. One very important thing is, if you're planning or if you are making your website ready for the sale time, do highlight the savings that as a user they will be making in order to push them and make, psychologically create an impression that their decision is right. Do add free shipping if viable, and you know you may add the condition like to get a free shipping, you are X dollars away. So all these messaging should be clearly communicated within the page, and it shouldn't be the case that once a user actually completes the process, they are getting this information from somewhere else, that if they would have added just $5 or $10 item more in their cart, they would have got the free shipping. One last pointer that I would like to highlight for the checkout pages is add express checkout options like PayPal, etc., to save users time. We all know how easy it is to complete the transaction process with express checkout options like PayPal and other, third party, which will make the steps, which will reduce the time and will make the step even more seamless. So I hope these pointers are definitely going to help them. And above them, I just want to add, before the sale season starts, the best practices. Okay. So yeah, to conclude, before or during the sale time, it is very important to focus on the pages and channels that have worked best for you in the past, and do a heuristic analysis of your site to make it competitive. So these were the things that I wanted to highlight. If there are any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them.
Thank you, Diksha, for the comprehensive answer for this question. We'll now quickly open the forum for all the attendees to please raise your hand or ask any question on the chat, or you can directly open your mic and ask the question. So in this particular session, what we saw was that please do follow all of Diksha's advices about what the checklists are, how you should look at your page heuristically, what are the cancellation things that you should definitely check about the navigation bar, how smooth is your checkout experience for sure, and also the guest login part. So the guest ordering part is also very critical for us to make smooth sales for people who are just visiting your site to buy a particular thing. So this will definitely help you, and do sort of implement these changes and tactics, and do let us know how it worked out for you before after sale season. So thank you. Happy experimenting.